Cary is the #1 place to live in the state of North Carolina and the #5 in the entire country. But here's what nobody is telling you about Cary's 180,000 residents and the dozens of neighborhoods. Most buyers choose the wrong neighborhood. So today I'm breaking down the 5 best neighborhoods in Cary based on what's actually selling right now. From $300,000 townhomes to multi-million-dollar lakefront estates. So the first neighborhood to know about in Cary is Preston. This neighborhood is in North Cary and is positioned perfectly between Durham and Raleigh. And you're about 10 to 12 miles from Research Triangle Park, 18 to 20 miles from downtown Raleigh, and 15 miles from downtown Durham. Preston was actually developed back in the late 1980s, specifically to attract talented professionals to SAS Institute, which is headquartered right here in Cary. So you've got easy access to Interstate 40, High House Road, so if you're commuting to RTP or downtown, you're in a really solid spot. So let's talk about prices in Preston. The average home value is mid to high 900s. So you're looking at homes from the low 600s all the way up to the mid $2 million range, with some luxury estates pushing $3 million and above. You do have condos that range between $400,000 and $500,000, but most of the single family homes start around $800,000, and homes are selling fast and many times with multiple offers right now. And here's something I find interesting. When we get to Lochmere in a few minutes, you'll see how much more price flexibility older communities offer. So more on that later. So who lives in Preston? You're looking at high-income professionals, tech executives, and established families. Apple's building a 3,000-employee campus just 3 miles from Preston's gates. And suddenly those million-dollar homes don't look quite as expensive as they did 2 years ago. You also have a lot of tech industry folks, high-net-worth individuals, and families who are prioritizing top-rated schools and established neighborhood character. The lifestyle here is upscale and community-oriented. There's an active social scene centered around Prestonwood Country Club, which has a 54-hole championship golf course, 15 tennis courts, an aquatic center, in addition to fine dining. Membership is optional, but a lot of residents take advantage of joining the club. You're also near Cary Tennis Park, which has 32 championship courts open to the public, and Fred G. Bond Metro Park with trails and playgrounds and a ropes course. So the schools are excellent here. You've got Green Hope High School, which is rated A+, Morrisville Elementary, which is a National Blue Ribbon school with an A rating, and Alston Ridge Middle School, also rated A. So if you're moving to Cary for the schools, Preston delivers to a very high standard. That tech industry proximity creates serious long-term value potential. But if you want something that's even more exclusive, something most Triangle neighborhoods can't offer at any price, let's talk about waterfront living. Now, quick thought, if you're watching this and you're thinking about moving to Cary specifically, I help families and professionals navigate these neighborhoods every day. So my contact information is in the description. I'd love to hear from you. So now back to the next neighborhood. Neighborhood number 2 is MacGregor Downs. Most Triangle buyers searching for lakefront property give up and settle for golf course views instead. MacGregor Downs is why the persistent ones keep looking. This neighborhood is south central Cary, near Route 1 at Waverly Place. MacGregor Downs also has excellent access to Research Triangle Park and major employment centers, and the neighborhood sits along MacGregor Downs Lake and near Apex Lake. So you're getting that scenic waterfront positioning that is so rare in this area. Price points here are even higher than Preston. The average home value is around $1.3 million, with homes from the mid 700s to about $4.5 million currently. Waterfront and lakefront estates command premium pricing. So there's a great example here with the 9,247 square foot waterfront home that recently sold for $3.8 million. So if you want that lakefront lifestyle, you're going to pay because it's so incredibly rare and highly coveted in our area. You know who lives in MacGregor Downs? Where you're looking at affluent families, golf enthusiasts, and people seeking waterfront living with serene, lush views out of every window. The residents here are established professionals and executives with significant wealth, folks aged 40 to 70, established careers, and people who value privacy and natural beauty combined with luxury amenities. The lifestyle here is upscale country club living with a strong social scene. MacGregor Downs Country Club has a golf course, a pool, tennis courts, and regular social events. But here's what really sets this apart from everything else that we're covering. It's the waterfront component that creates investment dynamic that you just don't see in standard neighborhoods. I'll break down exactly what I mean when we get to Amberley's master planned approach. Now, MacGregor Downs is the kind of place where neighbors actually know each other and gather regularly. So you've got the lakes for water recreation, green trails and nature walks, and you're right near Waverly Place, which has premium shopping and dining. You're near Whole Foods, Coletta Italian, and many fine restaurants. And the waterfront component is huge in our area. Lakefront living in MacGregor Downs is especially rare and highly coveted. It isn't just a golf course view. You're on the water, which elevates things to an entirely different level. And if you've been looking for that kind of lifestyle in the Triangle and you haven't found it, MacGregor Downs is probably your best bet. The scarcity of waterfront options in the Triangle makes MacGregor Downs one of the only true lakefront country club communities in the Cary area. But not everyone's chasing modern luxury or exclusive amenities. Some buyers want something with deeper roots. And for that, I would recommend neighborhood number 3, Lochmere. When most of Cary was still farmland, Lochmere was already hosting community pool parties and establishing the master planned concept that newer developments would eventually copy. Lochmere in the southeast Cary, near Waverly Place Shopping District and Hemlock Bluffs Nature Preserve. This is one of Cary's first master plan communities, and development started back in the 1980s when Cary had about 40,000 residents, not the current 180,000 residents that are here now. So you're getting that mature character, mature trees, lots of green and established landscaping, and a real sense of history. The average home value here sits at low to mid 700s, but the price range is wider than Preston or MacGregor Downs. So you're looking at homes from the mid 300s all the way up to the low 2 millions, each of which includes mature homes. That wide range reflects the different housing types here. So you've got single family homes, patio homes, and townhomes, and a lot of sizes vary significantly. So who lives in Lochmere? Well, you're looking at established families, nature lovers, and people seeking mature neighborhood character. These are families with children of all different ages, outdoor enthusiasts who value lakes and trails and natural beauty, professionals aged 35 to 70 at various stages of their career, and retirees and empty nesters who appreciate the community amenities. This is also a great neighborhood for dog owners and active people of every age. With a golf course, numerous trails, and walking paths, you'll find that the lifestyle here is nature-oriented, family-friendly, and community-focused. Residents in Lochmere thoroughly enjoy the outdoors. The trails are always busy, and for a change of pace, you could choose fishing and kayaking for the weekend. In addition, if you love golf, you can schedule a tee time at Lochmere Golf Club, which is an 18-hole semi-private course on Swift Creek. There are 3 swimming pools, miles of dog-friendly walking trails, and family-oriented activities, including tennis and pickleball courts. The clubhouse serves as a community gathering space. You're also right near Hemlock Bluffs Nature Preserve, which has a 3-mile trail system with scenic overviews, and Waverly Place is nearby for shopping and dining. With nearly 2,000 homes, this is a large, established community with a real sense of Southern charm. That 40-year head start in landscaping and community development creates a character that new construction simply cannot replicate. But what about a home buyer who wants more modern design with family-focused amenities at a more accessible price point? Easily found in neighborhood number 4, Cary Park. What surprises most home buyers about Cary Park is it has a 28-acre lake and resort-style amenities rivaling what you'll find in million-dollar neighborhoods. But the entry point starts in the mid-400s. Located in the fast-growing West Cary area, you're near Cary Park Town Center, which is less than a mile away, and you've got excellent access to Highway 55 and other major roads. The location makes it easy to get to both Cary amenities and Research Triangle Park. The prices here are moderate to upper moderate, so you're looking at homes from the high 400s to the nearly $1 million range. Single-family homes typically run in the low 900s, with townhomes and condos on the lower end from the low 3s to the low 5s. The market values have climbed significantly over the past decade, but in the last year, price growth has flattened and days on the market have increased, even though demand remains solid. So who lives in Cary Park? You're looking at young families, first-time home buyers, and people seeking family-friendly amenities. These are young to middle career families with children, professionals ages 25 to 50, at various career stages, and people who are prioritizing outdoor recreation and family amenities. Families here value walkable neighborhoods with a strong community feel, and they want newer construction and modern design. The lifestyle here is family-friendly, active, and community-oriented. There's a 28-acre lake that serves as the focal point with scenic views, and a 2-mile paved trail system for walking, biking, jogging, a community pool, volleyball courts, playgrounds, and playing fields. The clubhouse has a big screen TV, a pool table, hosts various community events, and you're less than a mile from Cary Park Town Center, which has a grocery store, CVS, medical services, and loads of dining options. And you're also near several Cary city parks, including Marla Doral Park, Fred Bond Metro Park, and Jack Smith Park. That combination of modern construction, strong amenities, and accessible pricing creates serious appeal for young families entering the market. And if that concept sounds good, but you want even more variety in home styles and price ranges, there's one more master planned option worth your serious consideration, and that is neighborhood number 5, Amberley. Most master plan communities offer one vision, one price range, and one architectural style. Amberley took 1,100 acres and created 8 distinct neighborhoods instead, each one with its own character and entry point. You've got excellent access to Highway 55 and Highway 40, and you're right in the middle of West Cary, rapidly developing area. The price here is similar to Cary Park. You're looking at homes from the mid-400s to 1.1 million, and you can find 3-bedroom homes with options from multiple builders and different home types. Amberley has appreciated strongly, but in the last year, prices have slowed a bit and homes are taking longer to sell, even as West Cary keeps building out. Who lives in Amberley? Well, there are many young professionals, growing families, and people seeking modern amenities. These young professionals and first-time home buyers have growing families with children, but they're also professionals aged 25 to 55 at various career stages, and people who are prioritizing resort-style amenities and community programming and a convenient location. Families here value various housing design, walkable trails, neighborhood activities, and they want newer development with continued growth potential. You know, the lifestyle here is modern, energetic, and resort-oriented. The big draw is the 16,000 square foot residence club, which has a gymnasium, event lawn, and plenty of children's programs. There's a vacation-style pool with a water slide and a second pool and playgrounds and extensive greenways. This community is designed to be walkable with a modern planned layout. And with the 8 sub-neighborhoods, you've got many different architectural styles and price points to choose from. You're also near dining and shopping like Amberley Local, Indian Cuisine, Salt and Lime, Diced salads for healthy and light options. The flexibility across 8 neighborhoods lets buyers find their fit without leaving the community umbrella. And that matters when you're balancing a budget, lifestyle preferences, and long-term value all at once. So you may find just your place in one of Cary's top 5 neighborhoods. The difference between these neighborhoods is about matching your priorities to the right trade-offs. If you're ready to tour any of these Cary neighborhoods before inventory tightens this spring, email me at marti@martihampton.com and I'll walk you through what's available in your price range and help you avoid the mistakes I see buyers make all the time. All my contact details are in the description below, and before you go, watch this video I've linked here. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.